Okay, so this is the problem that we're having. As you can see, when the sump pump turns on and pumps out any kind of water from inside the basement area, this whole area in here becomes all flooded. And as you can see, it really is a mess. So all the way down to the street, it's all very wet and damp. All right, so in anticipation of now getting started, we had to call the utility company to come in and mark the ground where all the utilities are, because we don't want to be digging in the ground and wind up hitting the gas line or the TV lines or the cable lines or anything like that. So it's important to have it marked out before you start digging. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this drain pipe right here, as well as the sump pump line right there, and we're going to run the both of them into one pipe, and then we're going to take it and dig a trench from there all the way down to the street down there, so that we actually have the water coming out right on the right by that tree right down there. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to come in here and we're going to start digging a trench so we can take care of this problem. Now, as you can tell, right there is going to be difficult to dig because there's so much water and so much mud there. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over slightly this direction here, and we're going to start digging down here. We're going to lay our piping in all the way down to the street, and then once we have everything laid in, including our drain down at the other end, that's when we're going to make our final connection to bring the 1 1/2 inch pipe right here, the 1 1/2 inch pipe, and that 4 inch drain pipe into a Y, so that it can all be channeled out to the street. All right, so enough talking. Let's grab our shovels and let's get started. Okay, so now that we laid out the approximate area where we're going to put our trench so we could put the piping into the ground, we started digging, and you just so you know, you do have to be careful, because even though the utility company comes in and they mark off the location of where they feel their items are in the ground, a lot of times it's not 100% accurate, and it could be 6 inches one way or the other. So you always be aware that it may not be an exact location, because as we were digging along through here, we did wind up coming across the cable line that was coming into the house underground. It was supposed to be further off to our left, and it was actually exactly where the trench was digging in, but we don't use a pick, we just dug it by hand, so we didn't do any damage to it. And now, as you can see, we did take the top layer of grass off, and we put it off to the side because we are going to put the sod back on top after we backfill that trench. So we just left it off to the side so we can put it back in the same location it came out. And you can see that orange cable in the ground right there that I told you about. It was right, not where they said it was supposed to be. It was actually about a couple of feet to the right side of where they marked it off. So never believe that it's an exact spot of where it's going to be. Always dig with caution to avoid any kind of a damage. Now, after we get the line in the ground, we will backfill it, put the grass on top of it, and let it settle back in, and then we won't have to worry about planting grass. It'll just start to grow where it was. All right, so we followed this all the way up, and we started by the street and worked our way up to the house itself. And now, as you can see, we're going to come over to this wet area, which is really going to be kind of muddy, and it's going to be difficult to dig. But we're going to get in there, and we're going to do the best we can so that we can get this piping into the ground and hopefully divert this water away so that we can have this area dry up, because the worst thing over there is that it just never dries up. The sump turns on every 10 minutes or so, so once it starts to dry, it winds up getting wet all over again, and it becomes very, very marshy at that location. The most difficult part of this was getting this line underneath the sidewalk, because we didn't want to disturb the sidewalk. We wanted to minimize the amount of digging under the sidewalk. So we took a sacrificial piece of piping, we put it underneath there, and we banged it through until we came out the other side. So we created a tunnel for the new pipe to go through. We pulled that pipe out, threw it away, and then we stuck another pipe underneath there so that we didn't have damaged ends on either side of it, so that we can connect up one to the street, and the next one is to the piping coming down from the house itself. And as you can see, we did go through the curbing to have the pipe drain directly out into the street to avoid any kind of flooding in the future at that location. Now we laid our piping out where we're going to do it. We then cemented each one of the joints together. Make sure you use the correct glue for the piping that you're using, whether you're using PVC or cpvc or whatever. Make sure you use the correct glue to join them together. So we laid our piping out, we glued everything back together. Next we're going to go up and we're going to run that pipe all the way up to the house, and we'll make our final connection. And then down at the very bottom it was a little wet because all the water drained down from the just the water that was in the soil, which made it a little bit more difficult, but we were able to get it through, and we'll now connect up the rest of the pipes to it, and then we'll make our final connection up at the house, shut the sump pump off, and once the sump pump is turned off, we made our final connection, and now we'll come in here and we're going to backfill it. As you can see, the ground is very, very swampy over here from all the water that's been dumping in that area for such a long period of time. You can see the water accumulating at the very end. And now we'll backfill everything, put our blocks back up on top of it, and it'll look like it was never disturbed before. We put the sod that we had taken out back into the hole. We backfilled it, of course. Put this sod that we took off, put it back into the hole. In a couple of days or a couple of weeks, that sod will just grow like as if it's never been taken out before. It beats trying to get grass to grow, especially when it gets warmer outside in the summer now. And this comes out to the end of the curbing, and that's where the water is going to dump out to, right here. And you can see it's flowing really well right now, right down the curb, and then down right into the sewer. And that's it. That's the finished product. We're going to do a little bit of cleaning up, and then this job is done. That's it. So in a few days this ground should dry out and we should be in good shape. Okay, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Now don't forget, if you like this channel and you want to subscribe, please do. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified of future uploads. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.